Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday and welcome to Level Up. I'm Jen and I'm glad that you are all joining me today. Today's topic is actually chronic illness, which is one that is near and dear to my heart. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I want to thank everyone for coming in. And for those of you who are joining on the replay, it typically takes about between 12 and 24 hours for the live comments to show up in the replay. So if you want to watch it after that so you can get the live comments too, I totally understand and I appreciate you coming in on team replay. And I have to say that I have obviously been watching very closely my subscribers and as they're going up and things like that. And I was very excited yesterday because Danny D, the spectacular supporter, actually subscribed to my channel. So thank you, Danny. Welcome. So glad that you came in. Hold on one second and let me get everything else set up and hop over to the chat and see who's in this morning. So first in, John Gaylor, my favorite mod. Thanks, John, so much for coming in. Appreciate it. Scott Smith, driving and listening. Good morning. Thank you for joining. And Bob from Talking with Bob. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming in. Deb Rogers, oh my gosh, from halfway around the world. Thank you for coming in. Good morning. And Bob saying that he certainly understands chronic illness because he has hereditary spastic parathesis, which Bob, I don't know what that is, but hereditary, I get. I certainly get that. So Law Jones is here. Hi, Law. Thanks for coming in. And Bruce and Cindy, Ocean to Ocean Travel, thank you so much for coming in. Eddie Lugo, yo, Brooklyn in the house. And Denise, thank you so much for coming over, sweetie. I know you are freezing right now. It is super cold in Mississippi. It's super cold south. It's super cold here in Chicago, but I expect it here. So Ryan Scott with PK Adventures, thank you so much for coming in. And good morning, Level Up fam from Controversial Cruising. Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Captain Controversy, for coming in. And John Gaylor saying good morning. Sea Tripping with Kim and Scott, good morning. Thank you so much for coming in. You guys are awesome coming in on the CME raid. Folks saying good morning to each other. Let me make sure that I am not missing folks. Oh, I see Will G. Good morning, driving and listening. Be safe, Will. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. And Kathy Mills, good morning. Thanks for coming in on the CME raid. And hello from Kurt and Marcia. Thank you so much for coming over after your show today. Really appreciate it, you guys. Deb saying hi to folks. Everybody just saying hi. Fantastic. Okay, John, meet you at Eddie's before his show tomorrow if you can. Okay. Glad you made it, Deb. Thank you so much. I appreciate it and look forward to talking to you later today. So let's see. Ron from Defam Adventures is in. So thanks for coming in, Ron. Appreciate it. I think I have got everyone now. So I want to just mark where I'm at and talk a little about chronic illness because that is, like I said, it's a topic that I think ties in with leveling up and with aging and with what, everything that we all have to deal with. And I don't think that chronic illness necessarily goes along with age. So it's not necessarily tied in with that. Bob is clarifying that his disease is like MS. I'm sorry to hear that, Bob. That's horrible. My mother-in-law is going through that right now. And I know how trying that can be. My stuff is all invisible illnesses. So, for example, I suffer from migraines and have since I was a kid. So, yeah, it's definitely an invisible type of thing. I also have IBS and bipolar and something called FMD, which is fibromuscular dysplasia. Fibromuscular dysplasia actually affects the arteries in certain parts of your bodies. And these hidden disabilities are very challenging to deal with, especially since they are hidden, since they are invisible. And people can't see, you don't have a cane, or you're not you necessarily, or you don't have a cast on or something like that that is incredibly visible to people. And it's really challenging. So a lot of us are dealing with all of this. And I just wanted to kind of talk about it because I know it can be kind of isolating, especially certain diseases, especially I'll say like mental illness, because there were a lot of years where I didn't really talk about being bipolar and stuff, even though I was medicated and seeing someone and getting treatment and all of that. But still, there's stigmas attached to a lot of these diseases that can really impact people. So let's see, everybody is chiming in with what their different illnesses and ailments are and things like that. So let's see what everyone else has to say. So, okay, Denise is listing all of hers. Oh, the RA, I know. See, I have fibromuscular dysplasia. I don't have fibromyalgia. So I know it sounds similar and people get them confused sometimes when I say fibromuscular dysplasia, but I know that is a whole different set of challenges. And RA and gout, again, invisible illnesses, migraines too. Deb actually, I know with hidden disabilities that other parts of the world outside of the US have done some really great programs with hidden disabilities. And I know that I believe it was the Sunflower program that was rolled out that talks about hidden disabilities and how to deal with that and how to cope with that and helping people out with all of that. So IBS too. Denise, we are like neck and neck on these things, so I'm sorry about that. Oh, John Gaylor, my goodness, you are definitely, we are all, okay, so Denise is saying, I'm a damn train wreck. You know what? I feel that way a lot. And I gotta be honest, it's very true law. You don't know what somebody's going through. You see a picture of a person and you maybe know this much of what's going on in their life, and their health and all of that. So that is very challenging. So Deb is saying, so many of the APAC venues are members of the Sunflower program, and there are 825 identified hidden disabilities. Holy cow, Deb, I didn't realize the number was that high. I knew about the Sunflower program being rolled out, and it's really, I'm glad that in APAC you're progressing with that, and I wish we would do it here in the US. Hopefully, fingers crossed, at some point we can do that. So stigma around mental health and fibro is crazy. Good one, Denise. That's good. That's so yep. So Denise is gonna make the joke. That's good. That you should. So oh my gosh, everybody better laugh than to cry. Yeah, that's for sure. There are so many different hidden disabilities and hidden illnesses that people can be up against. And so yeah, isn't hemorrhoids a hidden illness? It would be. Let's hope. Let's hope people are not sharing that one and making it a visible illness, because yikes, that just sounds frightening. Okay, so some days it's harder than others. Absolutely. I have been under the weather for about a week now, that my IBS has been just in a total flare up, and I've been like living on medications. So, living on just all kinds of meds for my gut, and nothing seems to be working. And it's very frustrating. It's super frustrating. You sit there and you wonder, should I go to the doctor? Should I go to the ER? Should I go to urgent care? Who can help? Who can and a lot of these things are kind of intertwined with illness and with meds and things like that. So yeah, it definitely, oh, John, hemorrhoids are best kept hidden. Yes. Yes. Hello, nurse. Okay, so Law is saying you worked at a pharmacy and people did want to show you all kinds of stuff just for shock value. Oh my gosh. That is horrifying. I didn't realize that people were like that open about it, but yuck, that sounds totally disgusting, Law. I'm sorry. And Ross with Orange Cone Vlog coming in. Hi, Ross. So you are listing all of yours. Holy crap, man. You've got quite the laundry list going there. And Crohn's is insidious. If you don't know what Crohn's does, that just like devours people from the inside out. It's horrifying. So food we eat, even though we think we are eating healthy, has a lot to blame. I absolutely agree that the food we eat and what we ingest, the environment we live in, has everything to blame with that. So Shannon coming in. Hi, Shan. Not only do I suffer from migraines dealing with stupid people every day. And Denise is agreeing there. So great. Is that a new website? What did I miss? Oh, only nurses. Got it. Okay. Is it a new website? You need to start it out. That we should get it up and running. So you do wish you could unsee a lot of stuff. I bet. I bet. And for TNT, they're saying when they go keto, so many bad things go away. I understand. It is different diets and different things can really impact things. So Denise is saying that you have visitors at the hospital that try to show you everything for a professional opinion, and you tell them no thanks. Lucky you, Denise. And doesn't that make you so happy that you're in the medical profession? That's horrifying. Yeah, I gotta go. No, thank you. So, John, I didn't realize your wife had Crohn's. It is a terrible journey. It is horrible. I am very fortunate that my IBD is not Crohn's, and that I didn't get burdened with that, because Crohn's is, like I said, that one is positively insidious. It really is. So as far as invisible illnesses are concerned, and as far as support is concerned, what do all of you do for support? Are your families supportive of this? Are your friends? Do people kind of get tired of hearing about all of the illnesses? Because I kind of end up feeling like that it's like when I'm feeling under the weather, it's like I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to share it with people because I'm just so sick of talking about it. I'm so sick of dealing with it. So Tom and Terry are saying, Denise, I need your opinion. I'll text you a picture. Oh, I'm sure she would really appreciate that. Yeah, that's yikes. Yikes. And John is saying because hospitals make so much money off mental illness, you've seen them abuse so many people. I agree. I've seen that. I've seen that too. So Ross has gotten his Crohn's under control in the past 2 years and has been free from episodes for 18 months. That is huge. That is a major accomplishment. That is because it can be so out of control and so horrible to deal with. So Bob is saying that he has friends also by the Christopher Reeves Foundation that does work for people with disabilities trying to find cures. Huh. Well, actually, I know that Denise is right. They do a lot of stem cell research, which is spectacular. And actually, my father had an injury. He had a wound on his leg last year and received stem cell treatment for it, and it made all the difference in the world. So that was huge. So the meds have helped quite a bit, and you can eat everything except spicy foods. I can't eat spicy either, Ross. There's no way. It totally messes with me. So Nightbot is reminding everyone to please subscribe to my channel, and we are now up to more than 100 subscribers. We have 122 last time I counted, with Danny D joining us. So we are up over 100, and I appreciate that immensely. So make sure that you come on in. So you have 2 first cousins with MS. Wow. I wish they'd move faster with stem cell research. I wish they would too. My mother-in-law, like I said, has MS, and it definitely is a vicious disease that just ravages people. The other thing that I have had to see with folks is I have a couple of family members who are dealing with a rare form of ALS, and horrible to watch them go through all of that. So it's terrible. What has everyone had to pay for doctors? Oh, I don't like even talking about that. I don't like calculating it. I don't like calculating my doctor bills or my meds bills because those numbers scare me immensely. I had to go to get my Botox injections for my migraines earlier this week, and the doctor's office hadn't received the Botox yet, so I had to pay for it out of pocket. And my goodness, that is pricey. And it's pricey to even get it injected, let alone to pay for the medication. So it is crazy. Your wife Med had her in remission for 4 years. She has terrible side effects from sugar. Oh, wow. I can imagine with the Crohn's, definitely. So Bob, good employer, excellent insurance. They gave me a monthly stipend to cover medical bills and 0 copays for all meds, which is like huge. That is absolutely huge. And you're right. It's something to definitely be thankful for. I don't know what I would do without insurance. Honestly, I know how much we pay with the insurance and with the copays, and unfortunately, I don't have the 0 copay. So, name brand stuff is like 80, and generic is like 10 or something like that. It's something crazy. But it really, so much money. So much money. I don't even like looking at that. I don't like itemizing it. I don't like looking at it at the end of the year because to me, it just kind of highlights everything, and really gets me down. I'll tell you something that used to impact me more than it does now. I used to have a major problem every week filling my pill case because I have had one of those great big, like multi-section for each day pill cases for many, many years. So some people kind of relate that to age. I don't at all, because my medical stuff absolutely started, going into effect when I was still very young. So I don't necessarily attach it with age, but holy cow,
man, it's so Deb is saying that Australia health insurance is outrageously expensive. Really, Deb? I don't know what it's like in other countries unless I hear from folks. I know it certainly can be. So surgeries last summer for Ross were 197K out of pocket for the 3 surgeries, and hospitalization cost you $75. Holy cow. Down from almost 200,000. Oh my gosh. That is amazing. So how do we keep our spirits up? Bob says he uses music. I know everyone has something that keeps them happy through this stuff. Music is a huge, huge impact on me too. I definitely do that. So that is an amazing savings and just incredible. Denise is saying she swears by her pill box and it reminds you if you miss a dose. I feel the same way now. I mean, it used to be like this really negative thing where I would sit down every week and I would have all of these pills and all of these supplements and all of these meds and all of this stuff to organize. And it was like 15 to 30 minutes of just reminding me of illness. And I hated it. And I've really gotten better about that. So, Backlash Fisherman coming in. Hey, good morning. Thank you for joining us. So, and the insurance still doesn't cover everything in Australia, Deb. We need to talk about that because I definitely want to learn more about that. So that included your home care nurse and home IV infusions for a $75 copay. Holy cow. I know that when my dad had a transplant, it cost them like 10 grand for the flight just to get him from North Carolina up to Washington, D.C. for the surgery. So yeah, don't get me started on the insurance racket. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, Denise. So there's a hospital in Bangkok, okay, Bumrungrad in Bangkok, and it is so cheap. So we should go there. You each have a $6,500 deductible, but once that's paid, that's 100% no copays. You have to pay $1,000 a month for your insurance. That is incredible. So, yeah, I didn't think we were allowed to use that name anymore. Okay, so Ross is saying that you cope, your diseases and medical issues do not define you. I know your limits and you don't let them affect your activities. I agree. I don't think that I'm defined by all of those, but yeah, it's really, it's tough to cope. And for some people, I know it's music, and for other people, there are other activities and things like that. And Deb is saying, is it true if you don't have insurance in the States, they won't look after you? It depends, Deb. It depends on the hospital that you go to. But typically when you don't have insurance, you are limited to the hospitals that will actually take you and will actually treat you. So, okay. So you have a Blue Cross Blue Shield HMO with no lifetime limits. Wow. That is very important when you're dealing with chronic illness is the lifetime limits, because those are crazy. So Denise, I'm with you. I work to pay for my meds. I swear. Yeah, your job is the reason you need the meds. Talk about a vicious cycle. Holy cow, man. That definitely goes in circles. So Kathy Mills is saying that her sister has MS, not remitting, and is wheelchair bound. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. I'm so sorry that she's going through that. The MS is just really tough. They do have to treat emergencies, John, but if you just go in and you are looking for treatment and it's not an emergency, I know that I believe that you can be turned away. So that is frightening. So let's see. Law wants to know, what would it be like if we had unified national health care? You know what? I hear good and bad. The people I know who live in Canada often talk about how long it takes them to get an appointment for certain things, but they also have coverage. So Denise is saying most hospitals have to take a certain number of charity patients. I understand. Okay, so they have like kind of their quota that they meet and all of that. I feel like I have been very lucky in being able to stay insured, and definitely, yeah, our health insurance needs reform badly. That is 100% true, Ross. That is horrible. Now, Deb's asking about the movie Sicko about American health insurance. Is that all true? I have not seen Sicko. I was not able to like bring myself to watch it. So I definitely would check that out. I can't speak to it, but I will let you know, Deb. Especially the pharma industry. Absolutely, Denise. The pharma industry is insane. I talk to so many people who deal with medications that are, you know, 5 figures a month. It is incredible. It is criminal. It's incredible. So the Affordable Care Act didn't improve it. It made it work. Yeah, it's absolutely, it's horrifying. I think it's sick actually instead of sicko. Okay. I will definitely check it out because I need to know as much as possible about it. But it is it's a messed up industry. And I worked for a pharmaceutical company for about a decade. And I know what goes into the research and development and how much that is and how extensive that is. But at the same time, pricing the meds so they can't be afforded by your patients is just absolutely insane. Now, I want to switch topics before we run out of time. And I want to remind everybody about what's coming up, the Cruiseathon for Helping Hands for Cruising. Speaking of folks who you want to help and charities to donate to and things like that, the next Cruiseathon is coming up, not this weekend, next weekend, the 17th through the 19th. And it's going to be 3 days of information and entertainment based around cruising in order to raise money for a wonderful cause. Helping Hands for Cruising is fantastic. And I really would encourage everyone to definitely check out the Cruiseathon. Now, Deb brings up another good point. We are finishing thought shortly, and I do want to send thoughts out to folks in LA. It is a horrible situation out there right now. I actually saw an interesting quote from the actor Jean Smart. She had said something about taking the money for the upcoming award shows and maybe donating that to the people who are in need right now and doing that instead, which I thought was a great suggestion. So John, being mod extraordinaire, dropping the Helping Hands for Cruising link in there. Thank you so much. And for donations in the US, there is the link. I will actually have a QR code up on my screen during our broadcast on the 18th and the 19th. I am going live both days at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and just want to encourage you to join. On Saturday the 18th, I will be going live with Randy from Scrow's Nest. And also, I wanted to let you know that on Sunday, the 19th, Chef Todd is going to be joining me, and he is going to be making Eggs Benedict. Ross reminding us to please check with your employer to see if they do donation matching, and that will help Helping Hands for Cruising immensely. John doing one last solid for me and dropping my Linktree link in here. Thank you all so much for coming in. Please make sure to hop over to see your other favorite YouTube people. I know that Eddie is going live with Cheryl and Jeremy in just a moment. So I will get out of the way. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for sharing your stories and your coping mechanisms and all of that. I really appreciate it and hope you all have a wonderful day. Remember to level up. Take care, folks. Bye.